Police stations should stop being used as places to detain the mentally ill. That's according to one of the most senior police officers in the UK. The president of the Superintendents Association spoke out at the beginning of their annual conference in Warwickshire.
Meanwhile, a specialist unit in our region could be the answer to what's been described as a national scandal. Our special correspondent Peter Wilson has been investigating.
A man arrested by the police. He's been drinking, but he's also suffering from depression, and he starts to self-harm in the police cell. Tonight's BBC Panorama programme looks at the national scandal of people with mental health problems ending up in police cells. One of the most senior police officers in the country was in Kenilworth today for the Superintendent's annual conference.
Quite often an argument for taking people to police cells in such circumstances is that police officers are trained to restrain them. The reality is they're not. Police officers are trained to restrain criminals. The best place for somebody who's got mental health problems is a mental health assessment unit.
So what can be done? This unit here at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital could be the answer to some of these national problems. It was opened 3 years ago today, and it's a place of safety where people suffering from mental health problems and identified by the police are brought here from Birmingham and Solihull. Richard Clark is one of the senior nurses at the Ollie Astor unit.
We'll bring them in and we'll bring them into one of our 2 assessment suites. And then we'll explain the process to the person about what's been happening, why they've been brought here, that they can be held on a Section 136 for up to 72 hours, but none of our people in Birmingham are held for that long.
20% of police time is taken up dealing with people suffering from mental illness.
If we take them into a cell block, actually it's a small confined space, and actually probably when you're in crisis isn't the right place for you. When you've got a strong partnership like we have, that this is the best place for those people suffering from mental ill health at that particular time.
10 years ago, Michael Powell died. He'd been restrained by police officers after suffering from a mental crisis. Tomorrow, the City Council is holding a special meeting to discuss the problems of the mentally ill.
There are still some serious concerns out there within communities, and particularly within the Afro-Caribbean community, around mental health and the criminal justice systems. And I think this is a crucial time for us now to pull agencies together, to pull the key players together, to try and produce a report.
So far, 1,500 people have been kept out of police cells thanks to this specialist unit. Peter Wilson, BBC Midlands Today, Birmingham.
Thousands more